Hello students, greetings of the day. I am Dr. Alok Tripathi and I will teach you today joint probability density function of two continuous random variables and marginal probability density function. You have already studied probability density function of a continuous random variable in your earlier lectures. Now we are going to study the joint density function of two continuous random variables. So before starting our main content, the prerequisites for today's lecture are PDF of one-dimensional random variables. What is PDF? It is probability density function, and we will be discussing for continuous random variable. Next thing we should know, that is multiple integration, which you have already studied in your earlier classes. Next thing, the change of order of integration. So these three are prerequisites for studying joint probability density function of two continuous random variables. Our objectives of today's lecture are to understand what is joint probability density function of two continuous random variables, and then marginal density functions of single random variables. Before starting our today's content, we should recall what is a random variable. In an experiment, we might be interested in knowing how many is to come instead of what is to come. Suppose if we have tossed a coin, then we will be interested in knowing if there is any occurrence of head or tail. But if the same coin is tossed 100 times, we might be interested in knowing how many times head or tail occurs. So this is the base of random variable, how many. Our study of random variables and their probability distributions in the preceding lectures is restricted to one-dimensional sample spaces. In that, we recorded outcomes of an experiment as values assumed by a single random variable. But there will be situations where we may find it desirable to record the simultaneous outcomes of several random variables. So before starting joint probability density function for a two-dimensional random variables x and y, we define joint probability distribution function likewise as we did in case of single dimensional random variable. So the joint probability distribution function of random variables x and y, it is denoted by fx by and in the parenthesis x comma y. This is the notation for joint probability distribution function. It is defined by fx by. In the suffix we will mention all those random variables for which we are defining joint probability distribution function. Fx by x comma y, it is equal to probability of intersection of x and y when capital X is less than or equal to small x and y is less than or equal to small y. So this is the definition of joint probability distribution function. If you can recall, the probability distribution function for a single dimension random variable capital X, there we have defined capital Fx is equals to probability of capital X is less than or equal to X. Here we are using two-dimensional random variables, therefore we have written here probability when capital X is less than or equal to X intersection capital Y is less than or equal to small y for all X and Y. It is the probability of the intersection of two events, random variables X and Y, thus induce a probability distribution over a two-dimensional Euclidean space. Here we shall define joint probability density function. If you can recall, we have defined probability density function for one-dimensional random variable by differentiating its probability distribution function. Since here we are using two-dimensional random variable, therefore partial derivatives come into the picture. So joint probability density function is denoted by small f. In the suffix we shall mention all those random variables for which we are going to define joint probability density function. So fx by x comma y, this is equal to we have partially differentiate two times the joint probability distribution function, first with respect to y and then with respect to x. Order of the differentiation is immaterial. Okay, so this is how we can define joint probability density function. Now this joint probability density function will be non-negative for all x and y. So we can derive from the above equation. So if we want to find joint probability distribution function from joint probability density function, so its definition will be capital Fx by xy, this is equal to, this is the definition of joint probability distribution function I have told you earlier. It is probability of when x is less than or equal to small x intersection y is less than or equal to small y. This is equal to, we integrate the probability density function first with respect to u and then with respect to v. The limit of integration will be minus infinity to x for the variable u and then minus infinity to y for the variable v. So this is how we can find joint probability distribution function from joint probability density function, and from joint probability distribution function we can find joint probability density function. Okay, that's it. Now in this slide we shall discuss how to generate probability for some specific region by the joint probability density function as we did for a single dimensional random variable. There, if we have any probability density function for any single dimensional random variable, then for if we want to find the probability when the random variable is lying between certain limits, then what we do, we just integrate the probability density function from in that limit. Now analogously we can also generate the probabilities from joint probability density function. How we can do it? You can see here I have written probability. We are having two random variables, therefore suppose x is lying between x1 to x2 and y is lying between y1 to y2, therefore the intersection of these two and probability of this region will be equal to integration from by1 to by2, integration from x1 to x2, and we'll integrate the joint probability density function first with respect to x and then with respect to y. Okay, so the joint probability density function, this will define a surface over the xy plane. You can see here, this is our surface, this is the surface given. Now if we want to find the probability of some region as indicated by the above equation, so the probability that random variables x and y fall within a certain region R. From here you can see this is your variable x, this will be denoted on the x-axis, and this is your random variable y, this is denoted on, this will be denoted on the y-axis. So x is lying between x1 to x2. So you can see here this value is x1, this is your x1, and this value is x2, this is your x2, and this is your x1. Now for y, we have y is lying between y1 to y2. So this value, if we draw this line and if it cuts the y-axis, then y1, the point y1 will be here, and y2, this point, if we draw this line till y-axis, means if this line cuts the y-axis, then this point becomes y2. So y is lying between y1 to y2, x is lying between x1 to x2. Okay, so if we draw this region, we will get the region R, this region R. So if we integrate the joint probability density function for this region, it means what we will get? We'll get the volume under the surface fx by x comma y, and the which is bounded by the region R. So actually we are getting this, the volume of this dotted region, this surface. One more important property of joint probability density function is when we shall integrate joint probability density function in the whole range, then it will give the value 1, since our total probability is all the time 1. Now see this example of joint probability density function. A privately owned business operates both a drive-in facility and walk-in facility. On a randomly selected day, let capital X and Y respectively be the proportions of the time that the drive-in and the walk-in facilities are in use. And suppose that the joint density function of these random variables is small fx by, it is equals to 2 by 5, 2x plus 3y, when x is lying between 0 to 1, y is lying between 0 to 1. Okay, otherwise this is 0. So for this we have to first verify condition 2. What is the condition 2? Condition 2, we have to show that this is a valid probability density function. I mean joint probability density function means if you integrate this fx by in the range when x lying between 0 to 1, y lying between 0 to 1, then if we will integrate this function from 0 to 1 for x and 0 to 1 for y, then it will give you the value 1, since total probability is 1 all the time. In second part, we have to find the probability. I have already told you that we can find probability of any region from joint probability density function by integrating it in the given limits. So we are finding here probability of x comma y, the random variable, is belonging to certain region A, and this region is defined as A is equals to, A will contain all those x comma y, all those ordered pairs for which x lying between 0 to half and y lying between 1 by 4 to half. Now see the solution. First, we shall verify that the given function is a valid probability density function or not. So, how we can do it? I've already told you. If you integrate fx by, what is fx by? This is joint probability density function. If we integrate this function in the whole range, then it will give you the value 1. So minus infinity to infinity integration. Again, this is the range for by, this is the range for x, and we are integrating fx by, first with respect to x, then with respect to by. So this will be equal to, you can see from the definition of the joint probability density function in this example, we can see first we will integrate fx by from minus infinity to 0, minus infinity to 0, and then 0 to 1, and then 1 to infinity. This will be the range for x, and for by we'll do the same thing. Again, first we'll integrate this function from minus infinity to 0, then from 0 to 1, and then from 1 to infinity. From the definition of the function, you can see that we have function defined in the range 0 to 1 only. When x lying between 0 to 1, by also lying between 0 to 1, only then we have the non-zero value of the function. Rest, for all limits, we will have the value of the function will be 0. So integration 0 to 1, integration 0 to 1, 2 by 5, 2x plus 3 by, we have just put the value of joint probability density function. First we'll integrate this one with respect to x, then with respect to by. After integrating it, we'll get here the value 1. So it means that this function is a valid joint probability density function for the random variables x and by. Now the solution of the second part. We are finding the probability when random variables lying in certain region A. So we have written here probability of x comma y belonging to A. This is equal to probability when x lying between, what is A? A is the region in which capital X varies from 0 to 1 by 2 and by varies from 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. So this will be the region A. How can we generate the probability? We just integrate 2 by 5 2x plus 3y. What is it? This is the joint probability density function. We just integrate this function first from 0 to half. This is the range of x, and then for by is varying from 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. When we integrate it, I will get here 13 by 160. This is our probability when x and y, the random variables lying in the region A. This is how we can generate the probabilities from joint probability density functions. Here we shall define marginal distributions. What are these? As we know, joint probability density function fx by will give the relationship between the random variables x and y. Now suppose we want to find the separate probability distributions for random variable x and y, then what we will do? We shall integrate fx by over the values of y. This will give us the probability distribution for the random variable x. Similarly, if we want to find the probability distribution for y alone, then we shall integrate fx by over the values of x. Means if we want to find the probability distributions for x and y separately, so if we want to find the probability distribution for x, then we will integrate fx by with respect to y this will give us the probability distribution for the random variable x, and if we integrate fx by with respect to y, then this will generate the probability distribution for random variable y. These are separate distributions are called marginal distributions of random variables x and y. Now we shall give the general definition. So here is the definition for marginal distribution of random variable x. We are given some joint probability density function fx by, and we are finding the marginal distributions of x. It is defined as gx equals to minus infinity to infinity fx by dy. We are integrating fx by in the range minus infinity to infinity with respect to y. So this will give us marginal distribution of x denoted by gx. Now marginal distributions of y can be defined by hy is equals to, hy is the notation for marginal distribution of y. Hy is equals to integration from minus infinity to infinity fx by dx. Just we have integrated the probability density function with respect to x. These are the definitions of marginal distributions of x and y. Now see the example. In this example, we shall first prove that this function is a joint probability function, valid joint probability function, and then we shall find the marginal distributions of x and y separately. So I already told you, if this is a valid joint probability density function, then if we integrate this function in the given range x lying between 0 to 1 by 0 to x, okay, so this will give you the value 1. But since you can see here the value of y is depending on x, therefore we have to see this region first. Now what was our region? Our region was, you can see in the picture, x lying between 0 to 1. So on the origin the value of x will be 0, and this is the value x is equals to 1. We have drawn this line, this is x is equals to 1 line. We have drawn the line y is equals to x, this y is equals to x line. Now see, marginal distribution of x. Marginal distribution of x means we are finding the probability density function for random variable x. So what should we do? We just integrate the given joint probability density function with respect to y. So see here, 2 dy. What is the range of y? Y is starting from 0 to x. Okay, we have taken this strip. Y is starting from 0 on the x-axis, y will be 0, and we will move till y is equals to x line. So 0 to x, 2 dy. This will give you 2x, and x was starting from 0 and varying till 1. So our marginal distribution for x will be, when x lying between 0 to 1, the value is 2x, otherwise it is 0. Now we shall find marginal distribution of y. So if we want to find the probability density function, or you can say the marginal distribution for random variable y, then we have to integrate the joint probability density function with respect to x, and we will use the limits of x here. Now see, hy is equals to integration from y to 1. Y by to 1, you can see when we will integrate this function with respect to x, so we have to take the horizontal strip this one parallel to x-axis, starting from y till x is equals to 1, since we have this region. Okay, so integrating the fx by from y to 1 with respect to x, we will get 2 1 minus y, and the range of y is 0 to 1. So our marginal distribution for y is given by hy is equals to 2 1 minus y lying between 0 to 1, otherwise it is 0. Here I am giving you two exercises to clear your concept of joint probability density function and marginal distributions. Okay, in the first example you have to prove that this is a valid joint PDF, and you have to find the marginal density function for x and y. And in the next example, here we have given the joint distribution function. So before starting this question, you have to generate joint probability density function from this one. First generate joint probability density function, and then you will find the marginal densities of random variables x and y. These are the references which I have used to prepare this material. R.E. Walpole, R.H. Mears, Russell Mears, and K.E. Probability and Statistics for Engineers and Scientists. Next, Fundamentals of Probability and Statistics for Engineers. Author of this book is T. Soong. Thank you very much for your patience. We'll meet in the next topic. Thank you.